Good morning, all. Welcome to the lecture of complex analysis. Screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so in last lecture we have seen Morera's theorem. Okay, before going to Morera's theorem, what is a triangular path? Yes, what is a
If it
triangular
is
path?
as a polygon,
It is a polygon and it has three sides. Then such a closed path is called as a triangular path. And then we have proved one theorem. That one is nothing but Morera's theorem. If G be any region and F is a continuous function which is defined on that set G, and integration over the t of function f will be equal to 0 for any triangular path t in G, then we have proved that f is analytic on that whole set G. Okay, and after that we have proved one more result which is nothing but if G be a region and f be a analytic function defined on that region G, and even it up to so on am are the roots are or zeros of a analytic function f repeated according to their multiplicities, and if gamma is any closure rectifiable curve in G which does not passes through any of the points AK. It means AK are either inside the curve gamma or it is or they are outside of the curve gamma, but they are not on the boundary of our given curve gamma, and gamma is homologous to 0. Gamma is homologous to 0. It means gamma the index of a curve gamma with respect to a point W will be equal to 0 for any W belonging to C minus G. And then we have to prove that 1 upon 2 pi I integration over the curve gamma f dash of z upon f of z dz is nothing but summation k running from 1 to m index of a curve gamma with respect to a point ak. It means here we have to find out all the zeros of a given function f under the curve gamma. Okay, the number of roots of a given function f under the curve gamma means 1 upon 2 pi I integration over the curve gamma f dash of z upon f of z dz. Okay, now there is a corollary depending on this definition. Let us see. Corollary. Let G be a region and f from G to C is an analytic function. Analytic function on a set G such that even it up to so on am, it up to so on am satisfy the equation, satisfy the equation f of z equal to alpha if gamma is a closed rectifiable curve in G, rectifiable curve in capital G which does not passes through, does not passes through any of the point AK, any of the point AK where K running from 1 to M, and gamma is a curve which is homologous to 0, then we have to prove that in 1 upon 2 pi I integration over the curve gamma f dash of z divided by f of z minus of alpha dz is nothing but summation k running from 1 to m index of a curve gamma with respect to a point A. Okay, so here again we have given a region G and f is an analytic function which is defined on set G. But here a1, a2 up to so on am are the points which satisfy the equation f of z will be equal to alpha. It means whether a1, a2 up to a1, a2 up to so on am are the roots of f of z or not.
yes, sir.
नक्की का f of z चे रूट असतील का a1, a2 up to so on am.
नो सर.
अल्फा 0 आहे का नाही माहित नाही. A1 इंटू AM असे पॉइंट आहेत दिलेल्या डोमेन मधले जे की ही इक्वेशन सॅटिस्फाय करतात एफ ऑफ झेड इक्वल टू अल्फा. तर हे रूट कोणाचे असतील? एफ ऑफ झेड चे असतील का नाही?
नो सर.
येस ऑर नो?
डिपेंड्स ऑन
आवाज येत नाही तुमचे. A1 A2 अप टू सो ऑन AM हे असे पॉइंट आहेत जे की इक्वेशन सॅटिस्फाय करतात कोणतं एफ ऑफ झेड इक्वल टू अल्फा. अल्फा 0 आहे नॉन 0 आहे माहित नाही. तर A1 A2 अप टू सो ऑन AM हे रूट कोणाचे असतील? एफ ऑफ झेड चे असतील का एफ ऑफ झेड मायनस अल्फा इक्वल टू 0 चे असतील?
f of z minus alpha equal to 0.
Okay, then A1 A2 up to so on AM are the roots of the polynomial f of z minus alpha will be equal to 0. They satisfy this equation, it means they are the roots of the f of z minus alpha equal to 0. Okay, since here we don't know whether alpha will be equal to 0 or it is non-zero. If alpha is 0, then they must be the roots of f of z. But if alpha is not equal to 0, then they are the roots of f of z minus alpha will be equal to 0. Okay, so also we have given one closed rectifiable curve gamma which is in set G. Again here AK up to so on A1 A2 up to so on AM are the points which are belonging to curve gamma or outside the curve gamma, but they are again not on the boundary of our given curve gamma, and gamma is homologous to 0. It means again index of curve gamma with respect to a point W will be equal to 0 for each W belonging to C minus G, and then we have to prove that 1 upon 2 pi I integration over the curve gamma f dash of z divided by f of z minus alpha dz is equal to summation k running from 1 to m index of a curve gamma with respect to point AK. Okay, so let's prove. Here we will take g of z as f of z minus alpha. Okay, but f of z is analytic on G. F of z is analytic on G. F of z is analytic on G. Alpha be any non-zero constant or it is a 0. Then again by algebra of analytic function, g of z is also an analytic function, which implies g of z is analytic on G. Analytic on whole set G. And also A1, A2 up to so on AM are the points which satisfies the equation f of z equal to alpha. As A1, A2 up to so on AM are the points which satisfy the equation f of z will be equal to alpha, then whether A1, A2 up to so on AM are the roots of the polynomial g of z,
Yes, sir.
which implies A1, A2 up to so on AM are the roots of g of z. Okay, so now here we have one analytic function g which is defined on a set G and having roots A1, A2 up to so on AM. Then by previous theorem, what is the previous theorem? If f is analytic function defined on a set G, gamma is a closed rectifiable curve in G, and the roots A1, A2 up to so on AM are not belonging to our, sorry, they are not on the boundary of our curve gamma, and gamma is homologous to 0, and A1, A2 up to so on AM are the roots of a given function f, then 1 upon 2 pi I integration over the curve gamma f dash of z divided by f of z dz is nothing but summation k running from 1 to m index of a curve gamma with respect to a point AK. But here we have G is analytic function and A1, A2 up to so on AM are the roots of G. Then what is, then by last theorem
1 upon 2 pi I integration g dash of z upon g of z equal to summation 1 I equal to 1 to m gamma m with respect to k.
Yes, 1 upon 2 pi I integration over the curve gamma g dash of z divided by g of z dz is nothing but summation k running from 1 to m index of a curve gamma with respect to a point AK. Okay, but here what is g of z? Put that value here, 1 upon 2 pi I integration over the curve gamma g dash of z, as g of z is nothing but f of z minus alpha, then g dash of z is nothing but
F dash of
त्याचा
z.
डेरिव्हेटिव्ह विथ
Dash
रिस्पेक्ट टू झेड. एफ डॅश झेड येईल, अल्फाचा 0 होईल, सो विच इज नथिंग बट एफ डॅश झेड. अँड जी ऑफ झेड इज नथिंग बट एफ ऑफ झेड मायनस ऑफ अल्फा. And dz is nothing but summation k running from 1 to m index of a curve gamma with respect to a point ek, and that is we have to prove, and hence the required result. Okay, कोणाला काही डाऊट यामध्ये?
No, sir.
Okay, now we will take some example. First one, evaluate integration over modulus of z equal to 3 by 2 cot pi by z. Sorry, cot pi z dz. Okay, so here we have to find out the integral value of a function cot pi by z. Sorry, cot pi z over the curve modulus of z equal to 3 by 2. It means it is a circle with center at 0 and having radius will be 3 by 2. Okay. Now first solution. The given integral can be written as the given integral can be written as integration over modulus of z equal to 3 by 2 cot pi z dz is nothing but integration over mod z equal to 3 by 2 cot pi by z is nothing but cos pi by z divided by sin pi by cos pi z divided by sin pi z dz. Now comparing the previous theorem, what is the value of f of z here?
Sine by z.
Here f of z is nothing but sin pi z. So what is f dash of z?
Cos by z.
Cos pi z is
Into pi.
into pi into cos pi z. Now, whether f is an analytic function.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here as f is analytic function, what is the value of f dash z divided by f of z? Which is nothing but f dash z will be pi cos pi z divided by sin pi z. Okay, now we know that 1 upon 2 pi I integration over the curve gamma f dash of z divided by f of z dz is nothing but summation k running from 1 to m index of a curve gamma with respect to a point ek. Okay, just put the value of f dash of z divided by f of z 1 upon 2 pi I. Curve is nothing but mod z equal to 3 by 2. F dash z divided by f of z is pi cos pi z divided by sin pi z, and which is equal to summation k running from 1 to m index of a curve gamma with respect to a point ak. What are these ak in that theorem? Ak's are the roots of f of z. So here as f of z is nothing but, actually this one is nothing but a number of zeros of the function f inside the curve gamma equal to mod z equal to 3 by 2. दिलेल्या फंक्शनचे f चे ह्या कर्वच्या अंडर mod z equal to 3 by 2 च्या अंडर किती झिरो येते ते इतकं बघायचं आहे फक्त आपल्याला. म्हणजे फॉर एक्झाम्पल सपोज दिस विल बी this will be a point A, here somewhere 2, 1, 2, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus of 1, minus 2. Mod z equal to 3 by 2. It means it is something 1.5 somewhere here. So this will be a okay. That one is nothing but modulus of z equal to 3 by 2. Okay, now we have to find out the roots of sine pi by z inside the circle mod z equal to 3 by 2. Okay, so as here f of z is sine pi by z. Sorry, sine pi z. So what are the roots of this sine pi z? Sine pi z 0 केव्हा केव्हा
n
होईल?
pi.
ऑलरेडी पाय आहे आपल्याकडे. z ची व्हॅल्यू काय असायला पाहिजे मग? साइन z हा 0 कधी होतो? Sin z will be equal to 0 whenever z equal to n pi. As here already we have pi, then what is the value of z
Pi.
for any integer?
1.
1 ला येईल, फक्त 1 लाच येईल.
Yes, sir. Any
What
Integer.
about minus 1? What about minus 1, 0, plus 2, minus 2? For all integer it must be 0, which implies f of z equal to sin pi z equal to 0 for all z belonging to I. Okay. So what is the value of z here? 0, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3. These are all the roots of a given polynomial f of z equal to sin pi z. Among these roots, how many roots are belonging to this curve mod z equal to 3 by 2? Total roots here
0
0
plus
or
minus
or plus
1.
or. So 0 plus minus 1, this one is plus 1, minus 1, 0. These are the three roots which are inside the curve gamma. Then what is the value of this sum? Summation k running from 1 to m index of a curve gamma with respect to point k, which implies there are three roots. Summation k is running from 1 to 3 index of a curve gamma with respect to a point ak, which is equal to 3. So just put that
Yes,
value,
sir.
which implies 1 upon 2 pi I integration over the curve gamma pi cos pi z divided by sin pi z into dz is equal to 3. This 5 pi get cancelled, which implies multiplying both sides by 2i. We get integration over the curve gamma cos pi z divided by sin pi z. dz is nothing but 3 into 2i, which is 6i, but which is nothing but integration over the curve gamma cos pi z to cos pi z divided by sin pi z. Cot pi z dz is nothing but 6i. Okay, कुणाला काही डाऊट यामध्ये?
No, sir.
That this curve is nothing but mod z equal to 3 by 2. Okay, so next example. Mod z equal to 2 2z plus 1 divided by z square plus z plus 1. Find out its integral value. Yes. What is its integral value?
4 pi I.
Okay. आणखीन कोणाचं काही वेगळं? It means there are two roots of a given polynomial f of z inside the circle mod z equal to 2. हा ना? दोन रूट आले का दिलेल्या कर्वच्या अंडरमध्ये? ऍक्च्युली पॉलिनॉमियल 2 डिग्रीचे त्याचे दोनच रूट येणार आहेत. फक्त ते दोन्ही ते कर्वच्या
sir.
अंडरमध्ये आहेत का एवढं चेक करायचं. काय आहेत रूट काय आहेत?
-1 plus or minus square root of 3i divided by 2.
सगळ्यांचं सेम आहे का?
Yes, sir.
f of z is nothing but z square plus z plus 1. Then its roots are nothing but minus of b minus 1 plus or minus b square minus 4ac. B square will be 1 minus of 4ac divided by 2, which is nothing but minus 1 plus or minus 1 minus 4 minus 3 minus root 3i divided by 2. That is the roots of f of z are. So f of z are minus of 1 by 2 plus root 3 divided by 2 into I, and minus of 1 by 2 minus root 3 divided by 2 into I. But our given curve is this one. Mod z equal to 2. It means it is a circle with center at 0 and having radius will be 2. So it is a circle. This circle circle. It is nothing but mod z equal to 2. Our roots are minus 1 by 2 plus root 3 by 2i. Minus 1 by 2. This point is on x-axis, minus 1 by 2 is somewhere here. And on imaginary axis root 3 by 2. What is the value of root 3 by 2? It is greater than 1 or less than 1? Root 3 by 2 किती आहे? टू पेक्षा मोठे येईल की कमी येईल? रूट 4 म्हणजे 2 आहे.
मी
2 पेक्षा कमी आहे. त्याला 2 ने डिवाइड आहे म्हणजे किती येईल? 1 पेक्षा कमी येईल का जास्त येईल?
1 पेक्षा कमी.
मी
कुठेतरी इथं माझा पॉईंट असेल. ठीक आहे, हा फर्स्ट पॉईंट तरी इथं आला. सेकंड पॉईंट काय मायनस 1 by 2 मायनस रूट 3 by 2 म्हणजे परत हा कुठेतरी इथं असेल. ओके, सो बोथ आर दी roots which are belonging to our given curve mod z equal to 2. It means index of this one, that is this summation k running from 1 to m, index of a curve gamma with respect to a point ek will be nothing but 2, which implies integration over the curve mod z equal to 2z plus 1 divided by z square plus z plus 1 dz is equal to 2 into 2 pi I, which is 4 pi I. Okay, now next there is one theorem again, which is nothing but open mapping theorem. See the statement, let G be a region, let capital G be a region and F be a non-constant analytic function defined on G. Analytic function defined on G. If capital U is any open subset of G, any open subset of the capital G, then f of capital U is open in complex number system. Okay, that is we have to prove that if we have one analytic function with non-constant analytic function which is defined on set G, then open set maps to open set. That is here we have taken U is any open subset of G and f of P is open in C. It means this open set U maps to a open set in complex number system. That is we have to prove. Or can be written as a non-constant analytic function. A non-constant analytic function on G maps open set to open set. Open sets open set. Or we can write this statement also as every non-constant analytic function defined on a region is an open map. Open map means it maps open set to open set. Also we can write as a F is analytic on a region G. Is analytic on a region capital G such that f of U is not open in open for some open set U in G, then f must be constant. Okay, that is we have one analytic function on a region G such that f of P is not open but U is open in G. That is if U is open in G but f of P is not open, then f must be a constant function. Since if it is not constant, then open set maps to open set only. Okay, that is we have to prove. Okay, so let us see the proof now. Proof. So here we have G be a region. Let capital G be a region and f from G to C is analytic function. Is analytic. And also capital U is open in capital G, and we have to prove that f of U is open in its codomain, that is complex number system, this one. Okay, now let alpha be any point in f of U. What is f of U? F of U is nothing but the range of a given function f. Okay, that is a range of function f. It is not a range of function f. Since U is a subset of G, that is, this will be a suppose G. Somewhere here is your U, and it maps to this will be a complex number system, and somewhere here is our f of U. Okay, f is a function which is defined on set G. F of G is nothing but the range of a given function f. But here we have f of U. U is this one. This will be f of U. and alpha is any point in f of u. Somewhere here is alpha. As alpha is point in image of u, then it must have some pre-image. That is, this alpha must have some pre-image. That is, suppose this a. Okay, which implies there exists a point a in capital U such that f of a is nothing but alpha. ठीक आहे का? अल्फा पॉइंट कुठला घेतला मी? यू जो सेट आहे त्याच्या इमेज मधला. तो अल्फा पॉइंट जर इमेज मधला असेल कुणाच्या यूच्या, तर त्याच्यासाठी एक प्री इमेज मस्ट बी असेल ए, जो की एफ ऑफ इक्वल टू अल्फा असेल.
Yes, sir.
हो.
Yes, sir.
As here we have as capital U is a open set. What is the open set? It means every point of it is interior point. What is the interior point? There exists some neighborhood of that point which is contained in that set only. It means if A is any point in U, then there exists some neighborhood of A and which is contained in set U. Then we say that the given set U is an open set, which is true for any element which is belonging to U. Okay, which implies there exists some capital R greater than 0 such that open ball about this A of radius R must be a subset of U. Since U is open, as U is open, then each element belonging to U is an interior point. As A is a point of U, then it must be interior point. It means there exists some neighborhood of A which is contained in U. Now, if there is a continuous function f and A is a subset of B, then what is the relation between f image of A and f image of B? F is a function which
Greater
is
equal.
C to D. Greater equal or less. या इमेजेस आहेत ते व्हॅल्यू देणार नाहीयेत ते. लेस इक्वल कसं असेल?
सबसेट असेल.
इमेज सबसेटच असेल ना, सबसेट किंवा सुपरसेट असेल. काय असेल? सबसेट असेल,
सुपरसेट असेल.
ए आणि बी दोन्ही पॉइंट कुठले आहेत? समजा हा माझा सी आहे. ओके, आणि हा ए सबसेट आहे कोणाचा? बी चा. हा कुठला? ए. हा बी आहे. मग दोघांचा जर रेंज सेट ऍक्च्युअली तो एफ चा येणार नाही, याचा रेंज असेल तो एफ ए चा रेंज आणखीन बी चा रेंज ऑब्विसली हा बी मोठा आहे याचा अर्थ याच्यापेक्षा मध्ये काहीतरी जास्त पॉइंट आहे, ज्यासाठी जर नॉन कॉन्स्टंट किंवा 1-1 जर फंक्शन असेल तर ऑब्विसली याचा रेंज हा ए पेक्षा मोठा असेल.
Yes, sir.
ठीक आहे का? म्हणजे दोघांच्या रेंज मध्ये काय असेल? एफ ऑफ ए मस्ट बी सबसेट ऑफ एफ ऑफ बी. सो ॲज हियर ओपन बॉल अबाउट ए ऑफ रेडियस आर इज अ सबसेट ऑफ यू. एफ इज अ analytic function. It means it is a continuous function, which implies f image of open ball about A of radius R must be a subset of f of U. Okay, let's take this one as equation number 1. Now, as f is analytic on G, analytic on whole set G, and open ball about A of radius R is a subset of U. U is a subset of G. It means f is analytic on G. It means it is analytic on U. As it is analytic on U and open ball about A of radius R is a subset of U, which implies f is analytic on open ball about A of radius R. Okay. Now, as it is analytic on open ball about A of radius R, it means it is continuous, which implies for epsilon greater than 0, where this epsilon is less than R, there exists some delta greater than 0 such that, as here we have taken epsilon is less than R, then open ball about A of radius epsilon must be subset of open ball about A of radius R. Correct hai ka?
Yes, sir.
And open ball about A of radius delta, as this open ball about A of radius epsilon is subset of this one, which implies f image of this open ball about A of radius epsilon must be subset of f image of open ball about A of radius R. Now, open ball about A of radius delta, open ball about A of radius delta, as here we have delta is greater than 0, but it is a small quantity. Okay, so open ball about, I think it is a image means here we will take for alpha, since we will take this as a subset. Okay, so here open ball about alpha of radius delta must be a subset of F image of open ball about A of radius epsilon. Let us see how this one. Okay, so here we have one domain and codomain. Okay, if suppose this will be our G and this will be a complex number system C. Let us take it as some. So this will be a complex number system C, and F is a function which is defined from this set to this. This will be a function which is analytic on that set G. Now here is our point A, and this will be a open ball about A of radius epsilon. Okay, this will be as epsilon. Okay, now and open ball about A of radius epsilon is a subset of our open ball about A of radius R. It means here is somewhere our open ball about A of radius R. Let us take this distance as a capital R, and these all are the subsets of our U. So somewhere here is our U. This will be our U. Okay, so this region is nothing but open ball about A of radius R. This is nothing but open ball about A of radius epsilon. Okay, now in codomain this will be a point alpha, and which is in F of U. So this will be F of U. So here we have taken open ball about alpha of radius delta. So let us take this one as an open ball about alpha of radius delta. Since delta is greater than 0, as for every epsilon greater than 0, there exists some delta greater than 0. As here we have taken the epsilon neighborhood, then here we will exist a delta neighborhood of this alpha. Okay, and this will be a point alpha now, and this will be a subset of F image of open ball about A of radius epsilon, whatever it will be. Okay, and its outside we have one open ball which is nothing but F image of, this is nothing but F image of open ball about A of radius R, and its outside it is not, this one is nothing but F of U, that is this one. This will be a total F of U. Okay, so this will be capital F of U. Okay, माझ्याकडे ओपन बॉल अबाउट ए ऑफ रेडियस एप्सिलॉन हा सबसेट कुणाचा यूज आहे. एफ हा अनालिटिक फंक्शन आहे, याचा अर्थ कंटिन्युअस फंक्शन आहे. म्हणजे जे काही माझं इथे रिजन असेल त्याच्यासाठी काहीतरी मला इमेज मिळेल. समजा माझा ओपन बॉल अबाउट ए ऑफ रेडियस एप्सिलॉन साठी हा रिजन मिळत असेल, म्हणजे काय त्याचा इमेज काय असेल, एफ ऑफ ओपन बॉल अबाउट ए ऑफ रेडियस एप्सिलॉन. ही रिजन काय आहे माझा, याची इमेज आहे. ओके, ठीक आहे. मग त्या एफ इमेज ऑफ ओपन बॉल अबाउट ए ऑफ रेडियस एप्सिलॉन, ऍज फॉर इच एप्सिलॉन ग्रेटर दॅन 0 देयर एक्झिस्ट सम डेल्टा ग्रेटर दॅन 0. म्हणजे एप्सिलॉन साठी मी एक डेल्टा नेबरहुड अल्फाचा काढू शकतो, तो म्हणजे हा माझा हा आहे. ठीक आहे, ज्यामध्ये माझा अल्फा असेल, आणखीन अल्फा इज अ मेंबर ऑफ ओपन बॉल अबाउट अल्फा ऑफ रेडियस डेल्टा. सो व्हॉट एव्हर विल बी द पॉइंट विच इज बिलॉंगिंग टू अवर open ball about alpha of radius delta, it must be a subset of f of u. So for any alpha belonging to f of u, there exists some delta greater than 0 such that alpha is a member of that open ball about alpha of radius delta, and which is a subset of f of u. Okay, it means if we take any alpha belonging to f of u, then there exists one delta neighborhood. That is, delta neighborhood means it is a open ball having radius will be delta and its center will be alpha, and that will be a subset of f of u. Then by the definition of open set, each point of f of u is an interior point. It means f of u is an open set, which implies that f of u is open set. ओपन सेट काय साठी काय पाहिजे, त्या सेटचा प्रत्येक पॉईंट हा त्याचा इंटेरियर पॉईंट पाहिजे. इथे मी अल्फा हा आर्बिट्ररी कोणताही पॉईंट घेतला, त्या आर्बिट्ररी अल्फासाठी मला एक नेबरहुड मिळतो जो की ओपन बॉल अबाउट अल्फा ऑफ रेडियस डेल्टा अँड विच इज सबसेट ऑफ एफ ऑफ यू अगेन, which is true for any alpha belonging to f of u. It means it is true for all alpha belonging to f of u. As it is true for all alpha belonging to f of u, it means each element belonging to f of u is an interior point. As each element of any set will be an interior point, then that set must be an open set, and hence f of u is open set. So if u is a open set, then f of u must be open set. It means that under the if f is a non-constant analytic function, then it must maps to open set to open set, and hence the required result. Yes, कोणाला काही डाऊट यामध्ये? आहे का डाऊट? एक अल्फा मी सुरुवातीला कुठून घेतला? अल्फा घेतला एफ ऑफ यू मधून. एफ ऑफ यू मधून आहे याचा अर्थ या अल्फासाठी काहीतरी प्रीमी एज असेल जी की ए घेतली आपण. ए घेतली, पण टोटल माझा यू काय आहे? ओपन सेट आहे. ओपन सेट असेल तर याचा प्रत्येक पॉईंट हा इंटेरियर पॉईंट आहे. त्याच्यासाठी आपण एक ओपन बॉल घेतला जो की आर रेडियस होता, जो की सबसेट येईल यूचा, कारण यू हा ओपन आहे, हा ओपन आहे. हा ओपन बॉल अबाउट ए ऑफ रेडियस आर झाला. हा सबसेट आहे यूचा. एफ हा अनालिटिक फंक्शन आहे, म्हणजे याची काहीतरी इमेज असेल, ती इमेज घेतली आपण एफ ऑफ ओपन बॉल अबाउट ए ऑफ रेडियस आर. पण by definition of analytic function, that is, as it is analytic, then it must be continuous. As it is continuous, in there for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists some delta greater than 0, for which open ball about a of radius epsilon must be a subset of open ball about a of radius r. Okay, and corresponding changes in its image, that is, for open ball about alpha of radius delta must be a subset of this f image of open ball about a of radius epsilon. So if any alpha belonging to our f of u, then there exists one neighborhood that is open ball about a of radius delta that contains our alpha and which is subset of f of u. Then each point of f of u is an interior point. It means it is an open set, and hence our required result. ठीक है? का अजून काही डाऊट आहे? येस, डाऊट असतील तर विचारू शकतो. हा नाही काय तर सांगू.
No, sir.
If there is no doubt, then there is the next point, which is nothing but the singularities. Now, tell me, what is a regular point? Which is also called as an analytic point. Yes, what is a regular point? If you don't know regular point, then tell me what is a singular point. दोन्हीपैकी एक सांगा, दुसरा आपोआप तयार होईल. फर्स्ट टाइम ऐकलेत का तुम्ही दोन्ही डेफिनेशन? येस, माहित आहे की नाही?
सिंग्युलॅरिटी म्हणजे अनालिटिक नसायला पाहिजे ना?
हा, त्या पॉइंटला जर अनालिटिक होत नसेल तर त्याला काय म्हणणार आपण? सिंग्युलर पॉइंट. सो रेग्युलर पॉइंटच्या अगोदर मग सिंग्युलर पॉइंट function if the function f is not analytic. Sorry, the function here is singular. If the function here is not analytic at the point z equal to a, then z equal to a is called a singular point of a function. ओके, जर एखादा फंक्शन एखाद्या पॉइंटला अनालिटिक नसेल तर त्या पॉइंटला सिंग्युलर पॉइंट म्हणतो. मग रेग्युलर पॉइंट काय असेल? रेग्युलर पॉइंट म्हणजे जो पॉइंट सिंग्युलर असतो तो रेग्युलर पॉइंट असतो. रेग्युलर असेल जो पॉइंट रेग्युलर असतो तो सिंग्युलर असतो. आता तुम्हाला सिंग्युलर माहिती आहे त्यामुळे आपल्याला उलट जावं लागेल. जो पॉइंट सिंग्युलर नाहीये तो पॉइंट रेग्युलर असतो. सिंग्युलर काय आहे? येस, आवाज येते का?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
ओके, 1 minute. डेफिनेशन सांगताना ऐकलात ना?
Yes, sir.
अगोदर झालं होतं. डेफिनेशन झाले होते ना रेग्युलर पॉइंट आणि सिंग्युलर पॉइंटचे. एखादा पॉइंट रेग्युलर पॉइंट कधी असतो? जर तो
Yes,
त्या
sir.
पॉइंटला अनालिटिक असेल दिलेलं फंक्शन तर तो रेग्युलर पॉइंट. आणि जर त्या पॉइंटला दिलेलं फंक्शन अनालिटिक नसेल तर तो सिंग्युलर पॉइंट. Suppose if there is a function f of z equal to sin z by z, whether this function has a singular point or not. Yes. या फंक्शनला सिंग्युलर पॉइंट आहे का? आहे तर कोणता? एखादा फंक्शन डिफाइन व्हायला जर प्रॉब्लेम असेल तर त्याला म्हणतो ना सिंग्युलर पॉइंट. हा कुठे डिफाइन होऊ शकतो?
Z is equals to 0 ला.
ऍट z इक्वल टू 0 काय डिफरन्शिएबल आहे का हा फंक्शन? येस. काय z इक्वल टू 0 काय सिंग्युलर पॉइंट आहे का? एखाद्या फंक्शनच्या डिनॉमिनेटरला 0 असतो का?
नस
What about all the points which are belonging to our complex plane and that are not a zero? Whether this function is analytic on that set. Whether it is analytic on c minus 0, that is हा फंक्शन c minus 0 वर analytic आहे का? सांगा नाही तर बंद करू. सी मायनस झिरोला काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे? याला कुठं सिंग्युलर पॉईंट मिळणार आहे? झेड इक्वल टू झिरो एकच प्रॉब्लेम आहे ना. साइन झेड कुठं झिरो झाला तरी काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे? त्याला उलट रूट मिळतील ना. म्हणजे पॉलिनॉमियल सारखं साइन झेड पॉलिनॉमियल देतो नाही. मग याला तर काय प्रॉब्लेम नाही. प्रॉब्लेम कुणाला असणार आहे? डिनॉमिनेटरला. डिनॉमिनेटरला कधी प्रॉब्लेम आहे? जर झिरो असेल तर. नॉन झिरोला तर काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही. नॉन झिरोला तो कॉन्स्टंट सारखा वर्क करेल. म्हणजे सी मायनस झिरो वर हा पूर्ण function high analytic है. It means it is holomorphic on this c minus 0. It is not entire singleton zero. Okay. F of z is equal to 1 upon z minus 1. Then या का त्याचं रेडियस ऑफ कन्वर्जन्स काय आहे? काय रेडियस ऑफ कन्वर्जन्स काय आहे या सिरीज? जर
इन्फिनिटी.
येस ठीक आहे. राहिलेलं नेक्स्ट लेक्चर बघू. नेक्स्ट लेक्चर मध्ये बघू. लिहू करा मी.